Okay, so moving on to step 12 of the review assignment for Access Tutorial 3. Now we're going to do a statistical type query where we get some aggregate information. And so to do that, we want to get the lowest price, highest price, and average price of the products. So we're going to do create, query design, product, and if you think about this, all it asks for is the price, the high, the low, and the average. So the only field I really need is price. So if I add the price field in like this, if that's all I do and then I run the query, all I'm going to do is see a long list of prices, right? There's 67 records. Let's go in here and just double check. If I go to the products table, there are 67 records. So right now all I'm doing in this query is just looking at this column, this list of prices here. Okay, so it's the same 67 values. If my goal is, let's start with the average in this case. If my goal is to see the average, in other words, I don't want to see all 67 of these records. I just want to see the average. If I go back here to Design View, while I'm in Design View, on the Design tab, you'll see this Totals button right here. When you click that, you're going to see a new row open up down here in the query grid. And it says Group By. That's the default setting. If you click on that little drop-down list there, and you'll have a bunch of choices. And if I wanted average, I would choose average. Now when I run the query, instead of seeing 67 records, I'm seeing 721.18, the average. But notice the field name that it puts in there. Access puts a name of average of price as the default field name. When you go back here to Design View, you'll see, you'll see that price is still showing here, but when you run it, you get actually a different field name. And so what they're asking you to do when you read this closely, it's saying make the field names lowest, highest, and average. So first thing I'll do is change this from average to lowest. So I'll change this from average to minimum, and then run it so you can see. Now I'm looking at min of price, which is $1.75. And so I want to change that. So just like we did earlier when we created a calculated field, we said it's always going to look like field name colon expression. It's the same idea here. I just want to put a field name of lowest price colon and then field name. So it's going to look like this, lowest colon price, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to add the price field in again. This time though I'm going to put highest price colon space, change this to maximum, and then average. So let me resize these a little bit so it's easier to see. So this one is then going to be average, and I can do it this way if I want to. Average price colon price. So you can just type it all in like that if you want to, and then again change this from group by to average. So the point being is all you're really doing is you're bringing the price field in 3 times, you're putting a superseded field name in front of it with a colon, and then picking whatever function you want the total row to perform. So now when you run the query, you'll see lowest price, highest price. Let me increase the width of these a little bit, like that, and then you can see the values. Now the last thing it says also is that we want to have a caption for each of these, so much like we did in the previous one. So the field name is lowest price, but the caption is going to be lowest space price, like that, and this one's going to be highest space price. Learn to speak here, and then average price. Like that. Then when you I must have been in the input mask. Sorry about that. There. Okay. So we've done that. Now when we run our query, you can see that space and then save your query as price statistics.